welcome back. Map number 2 on the card here is HEET's pick of Inferno. HONORIS take map number 1. And after a pretty decent winning as I mentioned earlier, we could see a world in which HONORIS sneak a 2-0 here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this, again, is familiar territory, and they looked, for me, this was the cleanest map that they played, so certainly could see them taking it. But we'll see. Starting off on that CT side. Bit of utility port out for Lunatic. Meanwhile, we've got P250 heroes here on HEET and just one flashbang, so probably looking for a burst somewhere, but at the moment, just, trying to find a head. Lunatic. Does he want to drop the smoke now? I don't think so. The P250 on the lurk is a pretty common one.
Yeah, Lucky in support, but does he have any idea? Smoke then will alleviate a little bit of that pressure. And the bomb is, well, it's doubling back, but it's a question of do they commit towards A? And if they do, this is a great read by HONORIS.
Oh, goodness, here we go. Bloodbath in towards mid to get us kicked off here onto map number 2. Oh, and it's all going the way of HONORIS. Not a single kill coming in for that T side. Down to just Rasmo. He had the flash. He's not had a chance to use it. Loses his head as well, and that is a clean pistol to kick us off.
Wow, wow, wow. 1-0 for HONORIS, and they're so happy to continue that run of form. That's a great call, I gotta say. Credit to Lunatic. One smoke as well. And that just stops all of that pressure over towards B. Force them in towards the pinch towards that top A side, top mid. And they just get massacred. HEET walked into the lion's den and they got gobbled up. That was fantastic. Now, of course, no bomb plan, no success. I mean, HEET got no money to work with. Rumbu's coming across, but for HONORIS, plenty of money, plenty of weaponry for them to wield into round number 2.
A lot of damage onto Sammy there to kickstart the round. So they've not really moved very much, but HEET have already got a nice little pickup coming in. They are just hanging back. Not really too sure why. Looking for a late round burst, maybe a couple flashes to come over the top to regain that banana control. They have the simple utility to move into banana. Not much offensive utility, as it were, but more of the macro, I guess you could call it. Nonetheless, slowly but surely making their way up banana.
That's it. Well, as you mentioned, you're right. It's been a bit of a default for a lot of T-side teams. Take this top B control off contact and then drop a smoke if they find an opening kill. It's looking like HEET is just following that. We've seen this played a lot over towards Kato. And in comes the Uto flooding in. Oh my god, a lot of space created, but Lunatic will find the first. Right code for his second. Famas put to good use, but he's doubling away.
Yep, he does have to back off a little bit, lose his teammates. So deep smoking towards CT. I kind of like the idea here from HEET. They've got a game plan for a round like this. It's netted them some damage and a bomb plant. Down goes Raiko, looking completely caught off guard. There's no kit available here, by the way, so really not a lot of time. Might have been one that hits the deck, but I'm not entirely sure. Don't think so. They're making a lot of noise on the run up here. Big kill from Sammy, though. 2 of them stacked together on the coffins, and it finds great success. Not a chance for Sammy, and the thing is that it doesn't even really matter, to be honest. I don't think anyone could have gotten on the bomb in time.
No.
So HEET going to win the force buy.
Yeah, no, exactly that. Good amount of U2 coming through. They just flood their way in. Actually, I like this from HEET. They're still flying in towards spawn, seeing if they can find the last, see it off. They know there was damage dealt on towards Sammy. All it would take would be a stray bullet, but they won't find it. Or him. We're all tied square. It's sort of what I like to reiterate. It's not a question of who wins the pistols, who wins the force. That's what matters most. Because now HEET got decent control for them, but even HONORIS, one saved, it's not good enough. They're fully investing in towards round number 3, but they're not bringing anything to the table, really. A few upgraded pistols, a bit of utility, potentially a nade stack. 4 nades bought. Sometimes you'll see a mid-nade stack or a bottom banana. There it is. To no avail.
So they'll move back towards a 4-man A. The A1S is in here as well, so I do kind of like this from the CT side. Banking everything on the A hit. And once again, HEET are playing so far back on this T side. It's kind of wild.
They're very happy kind of just to give up a lot of the control. Both sides are, right? But we're not really seeing either of the two sides actively take map control. HEET very passive in towards kind of near enough their own spawn. And HONORIS just playing sight. Granted, it is, of course, a low buy, so it's a bit of a gamble stack, but, you know, even when they're competitive, they're happy just to sit, you know, top mid, wait for a bit of information and overextension. To be fair, it's working, because the mollies would have caught them if they post up in towards short, as they did earlier.
Are they hitting A? It looks like they're going to hit A. Long smokes come round so that they can use the full range of motion of these AKs. Making a lot of noise while doing so. Oh man, they're all tucked in on the site trying to bait around for this A1S that's hidden away at the back. Down goes Taz pretty easily, as does Samey. Couple kills come in for the pistols. It's Ryko on the Deagle that's brought it down to a 1 versus 1. The 5-7 in pretty quickly here from Lunatic. A fake plant from Maka. Going to try and play around the headshot angle and just gets it over the line. Oh my goodness, what a close round coming in. HEET, they will be sweating buckets after that.
Yeah, in what is a round as well, like we were saying. HONORIS, they're not bringing anything too scary to the table. And the fact that HEET only walk away with one. My God, that was close. That was very close indeed. This game, similar to Nuke, could be quite the spicy affair. These two sides, something about them, inseparable. This is what we are starting to see right now. Of course, HONORIS, unfortunately, round number 4 is not going to amount to too much. Full eco, apart from, of course, one P250 in Ryko's hand. Is it going to amount to anything? Let's be honest, not really. A couple of kills would be nice, but it's a completely barren B bomb site, and the bomb will go down in just mere moments.
Yeah, it might be a boring one here, folks. I would imagine the CT side would just save to deny kill bonus away from their opponents after this bomb goes down. So bear with us on that. Does happen from time to time, unfortunately. Still, they're close to Banana. So could take down the MAC-10 at the very least, which is going a hunting. Oh, very ready for them, though. He's going to find all 3 of those kills. So there's the kill bonus they were after, the MAC-10 paying for itself and then some. Very dark there in the tunnel. Ryko, like a troll, pops up, but he's not able to stop the cross.
Yeah, a lot of money. A lot of money. But realistically, as for HEET, they don't really mind too much. They're happy just to continue to wield those MAC-10s coming over. Of course, they are expecting a full buyout for HONORIS. Lunatic only opting for the FAMAS, opting for a little bit more utility. I quite like this play. Looks like Sasami, he might have limited utility around them. Maybe a smoke and a flash, potentially. No, just a smoke. So limited util for him. HONORIS needing a second here. They can't allow the T side of HEET to run away with things too much. Last time these two sides played, just a few days ago, it was 16-10 to HEET. Question is, have HONORIS learned from that fabled day?
It would seem for Sobol, he certainly learned his lesson of making sure you've got the gun up. Not a bad start there for HONORIS on the 2K. Really, really solid stuff, and will net them a great start into this round. And HEET so far have had a very passive T side. They tried to change things up there. That C word, conditioning, comes to mind, but they've not conditioned them well enough, apparently.
Once again, as well, quite quiet for HEET. In a 5 versus 3. The quote-unquote bonus buy. Not expected to amount to too much, but at least to make it competitive. And right now, not looking too good. Flash over towards long. Sobel trying to be a reliable factor. And he spot out some information, dropping a smoke off the back of it. Now he abides and waits his time.
Taz going to find the head of Maka. Sobol, like you say, bides his time. The nades do come in, but they don't take him down. Molotov as well will make it in there, so it does make life a bit awkward for him. Got the angle to nearly finish the round all by himself. Not going to happen. Ryko, as the bomb goes down, goes pushing through, and Razmo does not have a chance from here, you would say. And indeed, I would be correct. HONORIS, thanks to the heroics of Sobol, you have to say, find themselves number 2.
Yeah, I got to say as well, you're sort of looking at that and thinking, it should have been cleaner. 5 versus 3. No real problems. Let's be honest. It should have been seen off in actually a relatively comfortable state where we can maybe even say getting more than 2 kills or something. So the fact that in fact HEET made it a little bit competitive on the way out, got a couple of kills just to keep that CT economy in check. Not bad. Not bad at all. But even still for HEET, that was a bonus. We're not expecting them to find success there. We're not expecting this side to be all too great when it comes to kind of a slightly middling buy. This is where we get to see what they're actually about on their C side. An open play for Maka will be quite impressive if he can find some early success.
Ryko. Oh, taken down after he finds his first there. Lucky trying to get away. There's so many smokes. The nade nearly finishes him off, but it doesn't quite make it to him. 4v4. I don't know if they'll take that, though. Look at the damage that's been done so far in this round.
Yeah, a lot on towards Heat, right? Questions, do they default back towards B like they like to do, right? Take that contact towards top site and play trades. We saw them do it on the low bite. Kind of when their backs are against the wall, it's the standard Heat play. We see them do this a lot in towards tier 2. Actually, on the body, this was a bit of a standard from them, right? They would just play contact towards top B and just try as best as they can to get a bomb down. Post plants give them a bit of an advantage. And that is the plan here. Boosting up. We'll have to make noise coming down, I think. Is he going to be all right? No, yeah, Silent. Okay, so Silent drop coming down. In comes the util. It's all down to Lunatic, the IGL.
Fake util for now. They should be rotating at this point, to be honest with you. Flash comes in. Lunatic playing aggressive. Goodness gracious me, considering how far away his rotators are. He maybe expected them to be on the way, but some kind of a call made. Maybe he needed to call it. Not quite sure. Looks a bit weird to me when you watch that mini-map. Either way, Heat going to find their fourth pretty simply.
Yeah, they're saving. HONORIS got nothing to do with it. I think the decision there was slightly questionable. You're looking at HONORIS and asking questions of why there wasn't that rotation coming over. He hears the noise, right? He has all the util coming his way. But I think they're expecting a lurk. We've seen it before. Try and bait out that utility over towards B, but most importantly, bait a rotation. But it happens. It is what it is. And he looking all right. On French side, they needed to bounce back a little bit, right? We already knew about how they had a good opportunity on towards Nuke. And the fact that they weren't able to kind of see that one off, and the fact that they weren't even able to put up a round in towards overtime is quite the concerning factor. So, yeah, all in all, they needed to bounce back in towards their map pick. Recently, like we've already said, historically, they've been pretty good when it comes towards this map. 16-10 last time they played, just a few days ago. But the thing that kind of makes us feel a little bit at ease about it is that HONORIS took down ENCE early today. Arguably a better team.
Yeah, I'd say a much better team, and the gap between them even bigger. But we'll see. This might be a matchup difference type vibe, and this is way, way faster from Heat, you know, way more aggressive. And the fatigue factor, man, it really does come into play. It really, really does. Heat, you know, also on a long day, but in a slightly different fashion. HONORIS have had 2 extended timeouts. 1 necessary in between games. 1 right at the start of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Doing my best to forget about it, but I do have to mention it and bring it back. But yeah, and you can tell if we're already fatigued, coming up for 8 hours here, surely the players are going to be. Yeah. Flashes exactly. Round to get them out through middle. It's going to be another long take from Heat. They are working with this one pretty readily. In on towards the site. What? They're not even ready. What's happening here? Taz gets taken down. He's so out of sorts. Sobol in from pit, though, is doing God's work. He looks so good on this A-bomb site. Just a bit of support from his teammates is all he really needs. Sammy up on cold box. They know where he's at. This crossfire is so deadly. They've got to deal with the player in towards pit, but he's just not giving them anything at all. The rotations have come in. The bomb is trapped. They don't know where to go. 35 seconds, and Sobol just needs to hold the line. Keep digging for information, maybe. He's going to move into a more passive spot. Use his teammate as bait. Smoke's starting to go down now. Rotators are in. Oh, the AWP is here. Maka is hungry. 20 seconds, though. They can keep them at bay with the Molotov. Maka's going to get split off. He's actually going to melt all the way down to 1 HP. Somehow, still alive in the fire. Flash comes round for them to work with. And it will ring true as 2 quick kills come in, make it a third for the side of HONORIS.
Oh my god, Maka dance with the devil a little bit. The idea, I can understand it to a degree. He's hoping that someone swings off the back of the noise. But he falls anyway. Doesn't make a difference. HONORIS, good round. Especially considering as well that they had a slightly janky buy to work with. You know, MP9s in play. Now they've picked themselves up towards AWP, something that they don't have to invest into. There's the positives. He actually had a call for an early tack timeout. I don't mind this. I don't mind this from Heat at all. They're in a position where I think it's a bit of a necessity. Yes, they're going to have a full buy coming in towards this round, but they know that HONORIS are breathing down their necks. They're sort of are forced to try and ice them out as best they can. They know there's a good opportunity for them to put up a decent T-side half. Recently, what we've seen from Kato, it seems like this map is leaning more in favor of that T-side, especially with the changes to the M4. So I can understand for HEET, they're sort of expecting, especially since it's their map pick, they've had success in it recently. They're wanting to go in towards that halfway mark in about the very least 8 rounds. They know all too well they can't allow HONORIS to get that snowball effect in play, or else it's going to become brutal.
Well, early utility coming down. HONORIS revitalized after the previous round, but not looking to go too aggressive into this one. It's just Maka looking for info, looking for a peek, hoping that someone comes towards him. Not going to happen just yet, though. They are back down to another standstill here on the HEET side.
Yeah, nice and quiet. Right now, Taz dropping a bit of U-turn, but I think he's going to still remain over towards the A side. Once again, HEET blaming the clock a little bit. Nothing really to go off, though, in terms of information. Smoking towards Deep Banana just denies any sort of presence that they can show. And for now, we hold, we wait. I mean, for HEET, they're kind of doing the standard HEET thing. We saw this quite a lot towards the T-side of Nuke. 30, 40 seconds of just, cut noise and see what they can find. And, well, with a bit of spacing towards apps is something. What do they do off the back of it?
45 seconds. I mean, there's not a lot of time. They've not really taken all that much control of places. It's going to be very obvious here. They're looking to split off the site, it would seem. Molotov comes in to keep them at bay. Samey has to move fast to get through this smoke if he wants to. Sobol, once again in the pit, has been an absolute stormer. Samey, though, on that AWP. He's good for one. Moves back away. Taz and Sobol have got the crossfire set up. Bomb hits the deck with 15 seconds left to go. Sobol going to fall, though. They managed to bring it back into a 2 versus 2 as the smokes dissipate. Lunatic. Good nade. Doesn't finish off Maka, though. Just lands behind him. And now they have to be careful about how they get through this AWP. Flash comes round. Going to blind up Maka. Oh, it's such a great little crossfire here. Might not even be needed as Maka. He goes in for the reload, but Raiko back turned into Jocko. We'll see HEET get 5.
HEET were in a position where we were starting to say for them, they need to build up stability on towards that T side. And here's where it can sort of start. Now we can see them start to put up some consecutive rounds on the board, especially considering that HONORIS don't have the money to respond with. And it will just be a low buy for them. Potentially another gamble stack coming through. We've seen success with it over towards A, or at least making it expensive. But yeah, HEET looking a lot more uniformed, especially compared to what we saw on towards Nuke. That was a very scrappy first map. Neither side really took control for a while. Here we go. Gamble stack towards A. 4 players here. Bit of a pyramid over towards Long. But they just met with a smoke.
Moving in. Not expecting too much out of this one. It was the long stack. We were hoping to get some action. Once again, it's going to be another B play into no players here. So we have another boring anti-eco. We're really being robbed of good opportunities here. They're just going to send it in, I think, and try and find themselves a kill or two. Again, no boring cheese, I suppose, coming in from HONORIS. They're always after the scraps. That is one thing that... Oh, you have to hand to them. Jocko through the smoke, going to find 2 heads. All right.
We'll take him.
Like to see him do that in a rifle round.
Any more for any more? Lunatic. Samey left alone. Jocko, nice round. 4 kills. Of course, he is just a nothing buy, so it kind of doesn't really amount to too much. But it is HEET doubling the lead, or doubling the rounds, may I say, and of course extending that lead to 3. HONORIS, I gotta say, I think one of the big things for them, the plays have not been too bad, but I see individuals just not stepping up in the fragging department. Samey, Lunatic, Taz, all 2 kills to their name. I'd really seeing Sobel be the main impact man. They can't kind of rely on him individually to carry this side where, across all towards HEET, at least the vast majority of them are stepping up. Deep nades coming through. Raiko will start the round off at 14 points of HP.
Looking good here for Heat, isn't it? You can really see why they picked into this one. It's one of their home maps. Honoris on a bit of a struggle at the moment. However, Samey with the AWP on the crack angle. Great opener. You just have to be careful. It's a very precarious position they find themselves in. And look at all the map control coming in. Samey going to go towards long. Doesn't know where to look, though, because there's only 2 players on the A bomb site. Needs to be careful that he doesn't give his life away. Flash coming round. Sobol playing close with the MP9. Samey lands a tag through the pillar. Rotation is coming through. Heat, again, very, very slow on the upswing here. They might not even commit towards A, to be fair. Looks like they will just kind of have to. They don't have any map control anywhere else on the map. 40 seconds left on the clock. And once again, we're in a standstill here. Taz.
Right. Oh, hang on. Hang on, Taz.
Oh, yeah. Big 2K coming in from the big man. That's going to net them the 4 versus 2 as it picks up fast. Sobol down below. Can't finish the round off himself, but surely his teammates can get the rest done. He says the AWP could miss a shot here. Exercise on high is spotted by Samey and makes his heart jump. He will get it done, but they nearly closed that round out in a 1v3.
Yeah. You kind of think, oh, surely Taz has done enough. Whew. Gets close. Samey thankfully stepping up. The AWP put to good use. He's struggled to have impact, but there it is. Oh, we've got a little break as well. Got to run through the scores a little bit while we're here. Niner Monty, map 3 there. Niner winning 9-3 on map 3. So it's looking like winner of this will be taking on the Polish side. It's a question of will it be a Polish derby? Well, one more map in HONORIS' favour, and that will be the case. Over in the lower bracket, Ents took map number 1 off B&E. And they're currently 3-all in map number 2. So early stages there. Big and Sprout are still in their first map. I think they had extensive tech issues over there. But it is currently 15-8 in map 1. So I think, realistically, Big should see that off. But I think I'm right in saying they're back in a tech pause. So they've been plagued, unfortunately, with a rough showing. So we're actually sort of... We're doing all right in terms of, you know, we started late, but at least we've kept up the consistency in terms of the game, even after a marathon of a map 1.
Yep, very true. It has been a long day for all involved. But we'd have it no other way. I mean, that's why we do it. We love the Counter-Strike. So, give it to us. Just maybe not 2 days in a row. I'll say that. But yeah, we stick with it. The game that we love and the game that indeed continues to deliver is this one. HONORIS up against HEET. HONORIS looking to wrestle back control and break the bank. This would be the round to do it in.
It's on lead as well for HEET. This is a good opportunity for HONORIS. Like you said, break that bank of the French side and, to be honest, tie the game off the back of it. When in doubt, where do they go for? Default contact over towards this side. In comes the Yuto momentarily. And we saw them do this on the Eco. This time there's 3 players here rather than 1.
Yeah, this could be deadly, to be fair. Through the smoke, Raiko able to find one and keep them at bay. Molotov comes down onto Lunatic. He's going to smoke it off and just keep buying time for these 3 players that are currently here. Rotation going to start to roll around, you would assume, but they might even call the brakes. I'm not quite sure. HONORIS are really, really, really towing the line with these rotations, coming in quite slowly. Lucky does take out Lunatic, not before he finds another one. The CT smoke's now going to start to go down as well. 3 versus 2. Still not all here yet. The bomb has hit the deck. Low HP bars dotted in. Sobol going to find Lucky. Maka can't get anything, and Sobol on that super tough angle to be out towards CT does get it done. But HONORIS, it keeps sticking out for me a little bit. Those rotations are kind of slow there.
They are.
Yeah, they got to work on that.
I got to say as well, for HONORIS, it sort of feels to me that this side of HONORIS are sort of expecting every execute to be a fake. They're expecting everything to be a ruse, but it's not actually the case, right? I mean, more often than not, we've seen this this HEET, you know, when they make a commit with utility, they don't really double back off it. They take the control, take the fights, and not really selling fakes or, you know, trying to bait out utility like we see quite often. think for HONORIS, maybe at half-time, when they've had enough instances to go off, they can start to realize that when we see a little bit of noise, that is all we're getting out of HEET. They're not really, playing with us or toying with us too much. They're just happy to cut the clock and take contact and go for these massive executes.
Yeah, it's got to be just remnants of what they remember against ENCE. I feel like they will have, just by osmosis, learned so much from that game that they won over there. And they do have to be careful now that they don't start applying the same rules to HEET, because two very different teams that function in incredibly different ways. And, that ultimately is quite difficult to say, because you beat the better team, quote unquote, on this map already. So surely we should have this one in the bag. That's another thing. Overconfidence and over-analysis. They need to watch themselves on that front. Nicely timed Molly, though, to make the toes of the T side burn a little bit. Flash will come round. Ryko ready to go. There ain't no smoke to stop him this time, and he's clean with it on the spray down. Will eventually fall. Gets a bit giddy for the repeats, maybe. Lunatic should be able to clean up house. He does indeed. And even get the AK back for good measure. Up to 6 now.
There it is. Lovely stuff. Now all tied square. And our question has to start being asked of towards HEET. Now we start looking at the French side and thinking, how are they going to cut the tempo? Potentially another attack, not even a bad decision. They are just going to fall by in towards this one. 8K's on deck. No AWP this time to Will for Maka. A lot of util in their pockets. This is a really good opportunity now for HONORIS to throw HEET into a pretty rough cycle of where they're full buying in but not finding the success. They were slow to start the Polish side, but now they're alive and kicking, and now we can start feeling quite comfortable what they can bring to the table. 6-all. A great opportunity. Take this. HONORIS can really start to run away with the CT side, which is, easier said than done. It's been traditionally quite T-sided in the last few months.
Yeah, that is very true. Here we go, though. Flash around the corner. Ryko going to find one. Only good for the one, though. Nade will touch down and do some decent damage. Could have finished off lucky if they were indeed a bit luckier on the side of HONORIS. They've gone for that aggression. They only went for it for one reason. It's because they had 2 players ready to go. Taz swings round, and he will destroy the hopes and dreams of HEET. They thought they had it in after finding that first kill, but no. Little did they know there was a number of bodies on this B bomb site. Exercise looking to take... Whoa, port of call. Runs into the AWP, and he runs into the business end of a bullet. All just on to Razmo then. But it looks all set. The lead to come through here. Tries to go for the wide swing, but Sami able to recock and take him down. Now HONORIS in the lead.
This is good. Calls with HEET in a position where they can't financially, stable enough to buy in. This is now a really good opportunity. They can lock themselves into 8. Guarantee a lead at the half, which is huge for HONORIS. And a good opportunity for them to inch closer and closer to the possibility of a 2-0. And potentially that might be it. Beck and HEET dropping in towards the lower bracket. The lower bracket, I've got to say, is treacherous right now. There is ENCE, Bad News Eagles, Sprout, and Big all in the lower bracket. Nobody wants to be there. Not even just for the sake of, oh yes, you've lost. Just for the sake of who you'll come against. Horrible, horrible scenario. Either way, it's looking as well like it might be Monty dropping down into that lowest 2. 9 are very close to closing out the third and final map. Either way, pause concluded. For HEET, will just be pistols into the penultimate, making sure they have money in towards the final round of the half to have some success with it. See what they can cook up. It might just be a quick B-take again. They found success with it in the third round of this first half. They might just go back to it.
Yeah, that's very true, actually. I don't know. It looks more like an A shape up so far. Just hanging around second middle. This one looks to be a bit faster. Sami going to drop back. He might have had an opportunity at a kill or two, to be fair. They have to be careful with how they deal with this one. Oh, going to give him the shoulder peek. He does bring off a shot. Spotting that they're on pistols, though, so that's some good information that he's gained here. Ooh, and they are getting cheeky, trying to just walk up brackets. Nearly losing their life for it. They're going very fast with very little utility to kick off the attack here. Sami breaks the silence, will get traded out. Taz in towards Pit. There's a team kill in there. What is going on? 2 versus 2. But once again, the pistols have bested it to take control of the bomb site. Can they hold on this time? Looks like a pretty good shoe-in. Maka's got an AK and he's out in towards the apartments. Ryko fast up short though on this retake, not using any of his nades, just looking for kills. Maka looking to cut them in two, and he will. Beautiful timing from him. And now just Ryko, they might not respect how close he is. Oh, Maka looks away at the worst possible time. It's just going to be Ryko then up against the M4 of Lucky. There's not a lot of time. He does have a kit, but he's got to move fast all the same. Spots him out, takes him down. Is there enough time on the bomb?
No.
I don't think so, folks. They're going to get it done. They'll save the AWP, but he will get the nasty 7th on the board.
Oh, Ryko. 1.5 seconds, maybe more, and he takes the round. Yeah, good attempt from him, I've got to say. I mean, I guess Maki gets quite unfortunate back turned, but doesn't matter. All that matters is the Heat side tied this game back up once again, all square, heading into the 15th and final. HONORIS, like I said, they want to guarantee a lead heading in towards the second half, but it's not been the case. They are struggling to make this as comfortable as they would have hoped to do so. I gotta say, for Heat as well, I'm impressed with how, you know, they're setting themselves up. That was a nothing buy, and they're walking away around under the belts. A lot that they can be happy about.
Ooh, nice nade to kick us off here. Shoulder peek attempt is unsuccessful. Sammy this time around is not going to bite. Oh, Taz does go a little overzealous on that peek, to be fair. Gives them the kill, gives them the space that they want to go for the long wrap. Sammy in from apartments, so it's going to be really tough to deal with. 2 site smokes. This is already messy from the Frenchman. They should be able to get the bomb down off the back of it. Flashes, not quite good enough. Sammy able to find another. They are forced away. There were 2 players ready to go. Very awkward indeed. Bomb does go down. 4 on 3, though. And a lot of utility remaining for the CT side. They should be able to get this one in the bag with those numbers and that fact. But we'll see. Making it through the moto smoke is always a challenge. Down goes Sammy on the AWP. They will find 2 onto the site itself, though. Just going to be exercise. No, they jump down in front of him. It's all gone sideways. Bomb is being diffused. Can't find the spray down. Oh, and just 16 HP the difference for Ryko to get it. Oh my goodness, HONORIS will just squeeze out the lead moving into half 2.
My God, we're going to throw us onto a break, but it's as close as it can get, neck and neck. HONORIS, slight advantage. We'll see you all after the break.
Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blicke über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blicke über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Backpack, Kippen und Drinks gegen Tristesse. Großstadtbild, komm ich nicht weg. Kopf fragt, mach kein Pisstest, nein. Ich will nicht auf deine Party gehen, nein. Engel und Teufel tanzen Schwanensee. Von deinen Lippen tropft der Chardonnay. Ich küss ihn weg, bevor du schlafen gehst. Sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Faded auf den Wohnzimmerdeal. Baby, sag, wieso sind wir hier? Kann sein, dass wir den Boden verlieren. Wir heben ab morgens um 4. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg.
Welcome back. Second half about to get underway. It's as even as it can get. 8-7. The lead slightly favors HONORIS as they now head on towards their T side. Last time these two sides faced, HONORIS only found 3 rounds on CT. Already doing a well better.
Yes, indeed. They're going in fast towards B, though. They're looking, to take it one better. Nice shot coming in from Jocko on the USP, but he was by himself. They were not ready for a B rush call here. Could be very tough, therefore, to retake control of the site. Razmo does have a kit and a smoke. 2 quick kills coming in for that T side. XCC finds another, recovers the kit, brings it into a 2 versus 2. Does have the smoke as well, so all good. They're looking to get that defuse as the round goes on. Maka making a lot of noise. The Glocks trying to encroach on him, trying to give him a double peek here. Easier said than done. XCC gets spotted out. It's all Taz. Making all the noise as soon as Samey peeks, though. He gets himself trapped in. Taz now on the Glock. Got it all to do around from New Box. Try and buy some time here. Goes wide. They've got a kit available and they should be able to find it. It's awfully close, to be fair, but yes, just over the line, I think, here for Heat. 1 second could have made the difference if he tried to play ring around the rosy, but Taz went for the frags instead. Nonetheless, it will be the 8th round coming in.
Yeah, maybe time should have been of the essence there. I mean, hindsight's 2020, right? I mean, what can you say? If buts and maybes, they're all tied square. So like I was saying, on this last time they played Heat just a few days ago, they only managed to pick up 3 rounds on their CT side. So the fact they got A already kind of gives me a little bit of confidence that HONORIS maybe have something up their sleeve, but he came flying out towards their CT. It's a good little retake as well. HONORIS, their money, not in a great space.
Very true. Very true indeed. So we'll see. This is pretty shaky on both sides of the equation. Nice pickup coming in from Jocko as he follows the traces of Ryko. All back down to slow in towards this A side. HONORIS already on the T side, looking a little uncomfortable, I think it's safe to say.
Wow. Damage. HONORIS, of course, for them. Numbers dwindling too. And what is a hefty investment? 3 kills left in play. They might walk straight into Maka.
Yeah, making it easy for him. Making it very easy indeed. Still, HONORIS really not delivering an awful lot of anything in this round so far. They've just been getting bested by Heat. Next peak to come in has got to be XCC here, and looking pretty good from the top of that smoke. A bit cheeky of him. Just making it look way too easy on the Heat side of things. HONORIS with this buy have not done anything at all. Nothing to write home about. They'll all go down. Barely any damage traded back, and it's a 9th in for Heat. A solid start to their CT side.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Heat get confidence under their belt. Start to look a little bit, I don't know, more like the Heat that we know and love. And that's where things feel all right. Of course, with a bit of a gap starting to be built up, you can feel pretty confident. Of course, for HONORIS, that was a full investment. No success foul means that essentially Heat get gifted a double digits. They get gifted a 10th on the board. And start to build up at least a bit of breathing room over HONORIS. Their T side can be scary. We saw it earlier today. We saw what they can bring to the table. As they did against Ents. You don't want to get too ahead of yourself. Taz will find one though. Quick change towards XCCs.
Yeah, a little awkward out of there. Taz on the P250, and a nice looking P250 it is. Oh, another dink going to land here in all the action. So they are being checked a little bit on the Heat side, but they should be hitting the double digits all too easily in just a few moments here. Bob's been dropped very awkwardly. Ryko can't get him, and they'll keep control of the bomb on that CT side. Looking very good here. Just Samey left now. And that's all she wrote for that one, up to 10. But now we're ready and raring to go for this rifle round. Can HONORIS fight back, or are Heat going to take us to a 3rd?
Yeah, sort of the question that eludes us right now. Attack called. First, in fact, by HONORIS. Not a bad time to call it as well. First time I'm going to see a conclusive full buy on towards their T side. This is where we get to get an understanding, of course, what they can bring against Heat. Last time out, a few days ago, 16-10. But the bulk of HONORIS' success in those 10 rounds, 7 of them were on the T side. We're hoping they can kickstart that sort of energy coming through in towards the next. While we do have attack pause, There's not really too much to delve into. Scriv, I already asked you what is the smallest country in the world. But can you name the second and the third smallest country? This goes for Twitch chat as well. Give it a go. Can you name the second and the third in order?
Okay, I want to say... Ooh, in order is tough. I want to say Monaco's in there.
Second, yeah.
Right. And then I swear I said like San Marino earlier, Andorra. Bro, there's one that begins with M.
So I'm gonna say you might not get this. I don't think many people will get this. It's Nauru.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, that's a country I can't say I've ever heard of, Chief. Either way, we have Exercise getting aggressive down middle. Heat are coming to play on this CT side, looking pretty good while doing so. HONORIS are just forcibly put back in towards T spawn. Really solid gameplay here from Heat, and then they're able to fully back away as well. Wow, a great round to save, a great set round as well to pull out here on Inferno. You can see why they so desperately wanted to get onto this map.
Yeah. Looking clean. HONORIS on the cusp a little bit. Starting to feel that pressure. Just a tad. Now what's the plan of action? Looking like slowly but surely they're making their way over towards B. A lot of Utah was burned early in towards the round by Heat to deny that pressure. Now, though, they've kind of given up the controls. They surely are expecting a bit of contact to be played here.
Yeah, they're really ready for this one. It's going to be a fully fledged execute as much as they can at the very least. Up on the boost, though. Jocko and Lucky even gets one through the smoke. Yeah, no way they get through that. There was a Molotov that goes down to split them up. It's just going to be two remaining, Sammy and Sobol. Sammy will chime in. It's been pretty consistent, to be fair. Not super flashy, but enough so. He makes it a bit costly here. Should be able to get the bomb plant in. Exercise not going too fast around the corner. Will kill him after it goes down. That's an 11th for Heat, but a bomb plant at the very least for HONORIS.
Yeah, I mean, they'll take the small silver linings in a round in which, again, from the off, it looked pretty rough. Losing that man advantage just allowed for Heat to play the numbers game, play for the trades, and that's all they have to do. 3 remaining alive. The French side are starting to roll now. Starting to get a little bit comfortable. That's what we like to see. All things looking like coming to a close, and potentially Vertigo might be a necessity to see off this series. It's getting late in EU as well. Credit to these guys, still ticking over. Been an absolute marathon of a day. Couple of tech issues have extended it, but my God, it has been a long old slog for both these two sides. 3 map affairs in their first series. Potentially another 3 mapper could be needed here. Triple boost coming through from Maka. Spotting and finding. Samuel 4, that's genius.
Yep, lovely stuff. Oh, a nice nade to land on towards Lucky as well. His nade does massive damage off the wall, though. They were not ready for that at all. They're all heavily grouped up, and they take huge damage. Really going to make a difference now into this 4v4. Yeah, that kind of has to suck. There's not much you can do about it. You just have to take it in your stride. Take it on the chin, as it looks like a lot of them did.
Once again, for HONORIS, right, they just seem a little bit, rough around the edges, and not exactly clueless, so to say, but their idea of how he is setting up, they can't seem to pull it apart or figure out what this side are doing in terms of their setups. You can sort of see the confidence starting to fall away from the side, and that does worry me quite considerably.
Long execute coming in. This is something we saw Heat do an awful lot on there. T-side, Lucky. Certainly living up to his namesake when it comes to being alive. How are they going to answer this, though? There's 3 players on this A-bomb site, looking very comfortable indeed. Ryko finds a big one onto Lucky. Razmo going to be spotted out, able to take one down low and finish off another. Taz is going to try and go for the bomb plant here with only 1 HP. Has to be a safe plant. 2 players in pit. Somehow the nade doesn't reach him. What is going on? But yeah, the 2 players in pit is the one that sticks out like a sore thumb to me. They do have a kit available. Going to boost up into Grave. Can you even do that? No, you can't. A nice bit of quick thinking doesn't really come off for them. Just buying some more time. Then Ryko going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting. Down goes Taz. Meanwhile, Lunatic in Library, not ready for Maka. It's down to the 1v1 though. Ryko wins out his fight. And the bomb, very far ticked. Maka does not have a kit to go for this. Oh man, that sucks for Heat. But HONORIS will steal away number 9. very well played, and somehow getting it done with 2 players in pit. I'll keep on saying it should have been HEET's round.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, you're looking at that and thinking they can just play the trades, right? Play off the back of, I mean, the space they've got. Even getting a setup there for HONORIS looked like it was out of the question. But hey, I'm not complaining at all. HONORIS still making this competitive. Map number 1, of course, needed OT to decide victor. And that was, of course, flawless for HONORIS. Here's sort of a question now of, can we see more coming through from them on towards their T side of Inferno? Did it earlier against Ents. Of course, maybe a couple of tech issues did play them ever so slightly. So far, I gotta say, HEET. Need to be careful. Good start for Taz, rolling back the years. Great shot towards Exorcise.
Yeah, exactly what they needed as well. They're looking to break the bank of this CT side as best they possibly can. HONORIS, we've seen what they're capable of. Really hit some heights this evening. And mainly this afternoon, as it was. Asmo's got a smoke down just to see if they start creeping up on the other side of it. Unfortunately, no one quite doing so. Just going to spam away. Does tag Sobol a little. What is the game plan here for HONORIS? They've got the 1 man to the good. Both bomb sites evenly defended. 2 on each. Where do they go?
Yeah, it's the fabled question, isn't it? What's the plan from here? And how do they make it work? Well, Maka looks like he'll take first contact. 2 across. I'll get the first of these.
Yeah, looking good. He finds himself another as well. Sammy eventually going to take him down. They don't have a lot of time. In goes Sobol flying down. No flashes or anything. Taz from on high trying to find him, and he does so. 2 versus 2 then. But the rotations are here fast. Sammy with a big frag. And look, he's got nades in hand. Can't get the trade out. Taz has got the bomb trapped, unfortunately, in towards pit. They need to fight out. In comes the wide swing, and Taz takes the head clean off. That's a hell of a round for Taz to step up. Finds himself 3. 2 very pivotal kills there. And now HEET have no real chance moving forwards. The money is all over the place.
Yeah, I got to say as well, at times, Taz has been very quiet. Not even just this series today, right? I mean, we've kind of been waiting for him to have his moment. There it is. There it is. All about the years, as I said, a legend of the game. And HONORIS up to double digits, reaching distance, especially with this very janky buy for HEET. Yes, an Orbs in play. And then for A1S, but a double MP9 and a FAMAS around it. This very weird and wonderful buy could work wonders for HEET. But it feels sort of unlikely.
Aye, it does a bit. Needs round the corners here, not really finding too much. Raring and ready to go on both sides of this equation, but ultimately, HONORIS playing it slow. This worked really great for them against Ents. Work slow. Wind the clock down, go for a late round kind of Jimmy move, a bit of a cheesy move where maybe they'd send some players out on towards A, but it was actually a B hit, something like that. Add some confusion into the mix.
I like it. Maka. Hardly enough of a sound cue for him. Smoking towards a short position. Just selling a ruse. HONORIS. Slightly scared. Sammy will take a bit of that nade damage.
Just a little. 35 seconds on the clock as it winds down here. HONORIS have certainly not really done an awful lot of anything. They've got all the utility apart from a smoke and a flash out of that CT side. Look how good their utility is. They've got a lot left to work with.
Oh, Saz. Sobel. 1 apiece. That'll crack things open over towards the A side. I think actually HEET's going to keep hold of what they've got. I don't mind this call. They've got nothing left in the bank. Of course, most importantly, no AWP left in play in towards the next. It's a pretty decent round. HONORIS will be extremely happy with the way in which they've come away from that. Now, I guess, you know, you're looking at HEET as well and thinking things get very concerning for them. Make sure nothing stayed there. The AWP thrown over the wall as well. So absolutely no way, no chance their opposition can scoop it up. As they parked over towards that B site. That's HONORIS tying this score line up. 11 rounds apiece. My, oh my.
Yep. Yep, all to play for here. Of course, the winner of this one going through to the upper bracket finals, and there you'll fight for a spot. That'll be tomorrow.
I think we do know who they're playing. I think, if I'm right, is it 9? Is it confirmed? It is. 9 took down Monty. So winner of this faces 9. We could have a Polish derby in the final. The two teams who made it through the second open qual, not even the first open qual, the second open qual could be fighting for a spot. And, you know, that means we'll be guaranteeing a Polish side in Brazil, which would be awesome to see for that region. That, of course, requires HONORIS to take the series here.
It's looking likelier and likelier if they keep the action up like this. Into a half buy here, so got to make sure they do not drop the ball against a buy like this. Move up to 12, and then they keep HEET on the back foot, really, and make sure that their economy is always down, which is ultimately solid. We'll see. First coming in, could be a risky move here. They've got boosts galore on that CT side. However, not quite ready for them coming out in towards the pit area. Taz takes out Jocko. Another pivotal fight for this guy. And it will be a 3 versus 2 as the bomb plant comes in.
That's the important one. Bomb will go down. Post bomb being set up. The numbers dwindling. I don't think they want to give this one a go, to be perfectly honest. For HEET. Keep the M4A1S ticking over. It matters more. That's exactly what they're doing. Lucky. Getting out of dodge. And for Maka, I don't even mind him sticking around. Just maybe see if he can do anything. Better than nothing, right? I mean, it's not like exactly you need to save anything. But overall, I gotta say, I'm very impressed. The way in which HONORIS have turned around their T side really is what we're hoping for the side. It's impressive. And it now makes this more, you know, doable, and kind of the narrative around the potential of a Polish derby getting closer and closer. 12-11. Slim lead taken. Honestly, for HEET, I think a timeout is a bit of a necessity. I'd like to see them call for one before going into the next full buy, just to give them a bit of breathing room and a conversation, because so far they're getting close but no cigar. They're not able to deny that bomb going down, and that's what matters most.
Alrighty then. Watching themselves here. HONORIS again moving back to a very passive kind of stance, just waiting for the banana nades. Excuse me, words are getting hard. Waiting for the banana nades to come in and then just backing off a little bit. We've seen this quite a bit across the course of this Inferno that we're watching, that, you know, one team just lets the other splurge out all those nades and then go for a late take.
Yeah. Well, very slow. I mean, HONORIS, this is extremely passive in their setup. They're kind of just giving all of this control over, and sort of happy to do so as well. And hoping that they can rely on the fact that their execute will have some sort of formality behind it for HEET. Very happy to park up. Flash will come through. We'll catch a couple in towards Bon and Banana. It's quite an aggro setup here for the CT side.
It is indeed. They've got to watch themselves as the, you know, flashes come over the top. They've somehow got a couple of Molotovs remaining. They must have had, you know, the replacement mollies in from spawn. And with only 40 seconds, they call off the push. Maka's going to eat a nade. They're going for a late fake towards A. Oh, it could work. It could work. They're actually going to bank on it and go for it. As Lunatic had a couple smokes to work with. They'll put down the motor smoke, refresh that one. Lunatic getting cheeky through the smoke, able to bring it into a 4-on-4, keep the AWPer at bay. Still 2 players in on the site. So many good nades here, but Maka in and around his own smoke is able to get on high. Sammy will chime in for one, but that's all that's going to happen. Maka gets around the smokes, brings it back to evens.
It was needed. HEET in a position where we were saying for them, I think losing that might have actually been kind of the red carpet being rolled out for HONORIS, making their way towards the finals. Now there's a fight to be had. Definitely a conversation to be had as well. 12-all. Very, very interesting affair. As a tack timeout is called. And I gotta say, HEET aren't really convincing me too much yet on this CT side. I'm not seeing enough for me to feel kind of justified that they got it in the locker. It's a lot more work that needs to be done to sort of for me to start leaning it over there. For now, though, HONORIS. All 12. In terms of the scores, the buy should be all right. I think a drop might be needed towards Lunatic, but aside from that, it could be okay. It's just going up for the Mac 10. All in all. HEET as well. I'm interested to see what their conversations are, because for HEET, their setups on towards the CT side are very gambly. When they don't work, they really do tend to hurt them.
Oh, Maka. Gonna open up. Massive frag. Big name to be taken as well in the form of Raiko. He's been looking good here. Early brackets control coming in for HONORIS then. That's what they went for in the timeout. Big nade damage onto Sammy. This is not looking good. Not looking good at all. Taz can't find his mark. I don't know what you do from here. I mean, they're going to try and move towards Banana, but as soon as that one flash comes in, you would assume that HONORIS are... Ooh, maybe going to rotate around. Maka has to be very careful with how he plays this then. Flash comes in. Sometimes players will spray because that's a pretty textbook support flash. But they're not doing that. Keeping it quiet, and therefore they're getting more and more sold. On the A take, the mind games are running wild at this point. They can hear this rotation coming in though, because Jocko, he makes all the noise on Speedway. The T side is very quiet. So they're going to look towards A. Apartments control came in. Smoke at the back. One flash. 25 seconds. All these things are not indicators of a good time. They're going to go for a fast, long smoke out, it would seem, but just keeping the player in towards long, we'll see. There's Chewy on site. Going to be deadly here. The flash is as yet to be used. There it comes. Lunatic going to find a big double. Sammy does get dropped. Panic and choose. Oh, no. In 8 seconds to get the bomb down. They found the kills. They will just get the bomb plant in. Brought it down to somehow a 2 versus 1 in favor of HONORIS. Maka, the B player, miles away from the action. He's giving them the round. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All to play for here. HONORIS are back in the running.
That is such a rough round as well. I mean, you're looking at that and thinking, immediately, Maka gets the first. And already things looking great for HEET to see that in their favor. And the amount of nade damage they're doing, you're thinking it's a surefire to lock in. Oh, my God. What a game we are getting here. 12 apiece. Now turn 13 for HONORIS. As they're getting closer and closer. And look, it's HEET's economy too. A buy can come in here, but for Exorcist and Rasmo, they're going to struggle. What do they bring to the table? Maybe just an upgraded pistol for Rasmo. Exorcist and SMG might be all that he can muster. Or do they play for the slightly, I guess, quote-unquote smarter play and go for like the lower buy, stick a little bit of that money in the pocket? No, fully investing in. Of course, I guess Maka can drop one over. Full buy coming out. Exorcist's just an MP9 for him. He's just do or die for HEET. The full investment, failing to find this. HONORIS gets so close to the finish line.
Oh, great flashes come round. Raiko able to find 2. How's he gotten away with that? Massive frags. Going to spot a third here as well, so they know that, you know, the A-bomb site might be weaker. They don't have to get too giddy. Don't go too crazy. Flash comes in. The trade isn't there. Lucky brings it back into a 3 versus 3. They're still moving in on the A-bomb site. Sammy needed that. He will get traded out by Exercise. Meanwhile, they have some presence over on A. They needed to cancel, but HONORIS, they thought they could send it B, and now the round comes back into contention. A big frag from Taz. A big frag from Taz. Goodness me, he's not at the top end of the scoreboard, but some of the fights this guy's been winning on Inferno are making all the difference. Exercise, speaking of difference makers, has to come alive to save the game, it feels like. He's got a kit available. He's got a nice looking AK. But does he have the aim to back it? The jury out on this one. He's going to move in from the apartments area. Slow but sure. That's the only option that he's got to fight his way back into this round. Taz will spot him and take him down. Massive round coming in from the experience. And here we are, 14-12 with a broken CT side.
I think you said it better than anyone else could. I think for Taz, while he may not be flourishing when it comes to the frags, the ones he do find, so impactful. That is a huge round and such a necessity for HONORIS and for HEET. They are crumbling under the pressure. And look at the core now as well. A hero rifle for Maka and the support around it is just pistols. This could be HONORIS finding 15 with not much in their face to fight. Oh my god. We can see the all-Polish derby, like we said, in towards the finals. But Maka got a little bit of aggro space here. And he is supported. Some over the first. Quick trade by Rasmo with a deagle in hand. Scoops up the M4 and he'll double back. Numbers still level.
Got that banana control as well with the back of the flash. There is a CT smoke here that I think's gone a little bit awry. I think that was designed to maybe cover off mid entirely, nonetheless. Ryko throws out a nade. No one on the receiving end of it. HONORIS are scared. I can read it on their faces. They're a little bit worried here about getting this wrong, and going B would be getting it wrong. Heavily stacked. Still got loads of utility. Wouldn't be surprised if they pull away on this one. It looks like they're going to go for it. Uh-oh. This is not good. Player up on the boost. Has yet to be activated. Jocko hidden away at the back end of the site. There comes 157. Taz again finding such important kills. Lunatic eventually going to finish off Jocko. 3 versus 2 there. 4. Down goes Rasmo as the smokes fade. Chaotic again, but the sigh of relief doesn't quite come in yet. I thought Lucky would be dead to rights. He is eventually. 15 to 12. HONORIS are doing it, and HEET. 3 chances to stay alive. It starts with this.
Yeah, it is that all she wrote for HEET. They've just started to slowly fall away. And it goes back to, once again, last time these two side played, when they played on Inferno and HEET took it, it was because HONORIS couldn't muster up any success in their CT. They only found 3 rounds, a 12-3 half. And then they found 7 on towards their C side. HONORIS are looking so much better off the back of the foundations they set from a much better CT side. Maka, full blind, may I say. Missed shot, gives away his position, and fall away towards long.
In they go, rushing forwards for one last hurrah. Exercise in behind the smoke. He's been spotted out. He's been finished off. Maka tried to help him out of there, but couldn't. Taz, meanwhile, the late lurk towards long, looking to get it done here and now. It's going to be down to Lucky and Jocko against 4. Not a chance in hell, you would say. They are firmly smoked out of A. Nade's going to land and take Lucky down incredibly low. Jocko. Now, if he plays this super meta game, Samer might know that the chicken's kind of giving him away there. But whatever. Jocko creeping out. Would have to go unbelievably large. I don't think it's going to happen for him. Flying in, he will go. He gets taken down. And now just a 26 HP of Lucky. Cannot save it. And the big GGs come in. 16-12 and a 2-0. They move forwards to face off against 9 in the upper bracket finals. And it means we are indeed going to have a Polish team making their way to IEM Brazil. Unbelievable day for HONORIS, though. Definitely the biggest upset of this qualifier, and maybe, as you were saying, of the year so far.
I've got to say, HONORIS continue to impress. Maybe the lowest ranked team coming in towards this qualifier. Nobody expected anything of them, and they